Hi everybody, I'm Richard. Welcome back to Small Caliber Arms Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at a pirate pistol, or a sidearm they may have used during the Revolutionary War. Now this is not an original, it's a reproduction and not necessarily of any one particular gun. This is made by a company in Spain called Dikar. There was also another one called S.C.A.R. And they are, they're kind of copies of the old style muzzle loading flintlock pistols. This one is a 45 caliber. I've got some Hornady 45 caliber 440 round balls here. I've actually got some GoX black powder this time. We're using the real deal, not the Pyrodex stuff. You remember in my Pennsylvania flintlock rifle, there was a really long delay between click and pow, and this should eliminate that. It's triple FG. I got my flask loaded up with some. I got my flash pan primer tool loaded up with some. I got some patches, and we're going to get this thing out on the range, get it loaded up, give it a few shots and see how it does. Alright guys, I got my target up there. Now it is very humid out here today. It's been raining the last couple days out here. So hopefully it won't affect the black powder too much. Let's get this thing loaded up, give it a few shots. We'll do about 10 yards, see how it does. Alright, I brought it out here in the tactical flintlock bag. Alright, there's the pistol. Got the ball starter, got the rounds, got the patches, got the powder measure, and got the priming tool. Got a little slope here too. Things kind of want to move around on me a little bit. Alright, first thing we're going to want to do is get a measure of powder in there. Now, I got it on the half cock position, which keeps the frizzen closed on it. And we're going to take the measure and set it for 20 grains. That's about what's recommended for this. So let's get the little scale out here. Set it at 20 grains. Get a little powder in there. Alright, there's our 20 grains of black powder. Let's get everything opened up here before we do too much more. Now, I picked this gun up used from the gun library at Cabela's. These were available as a kit, I do believe. I'm not sure if they were ever available as a finished, ready to fire model. But this one, even if it was a kit or factory produced model, does not appear to have ever been fired. So this will be my first time with it for sure, and probably this gun's first time ever being shot. Alright, so we'll get the powder in there. Might have spilled a little bit of it there. Powder's in it. We'll get a patch on there. These are pre-lubed patches. Put the ball right there in the center. Got the ball starter. Now, the ball starter does not go all the way in there. So we've got the rod. Pull that out. Push it down in there. Make sure it is all the way at the bottom. That's the one thing you definitely want to do with any black powder firearm, is make sure that it is all the way in there. You do not want an air gap in between the charge and the projectile, because that can cause you some serious problems. Alright, we'll get the camera spun around here, get this thing primed up, give it a few shots. Alright, I'm only about 6 yards away, somewhere around there. We're going to give it a try, see how it does. We'll get the frizzen opened up, give it a couple pumps of powder right in there for the flash pan, get the frizzen closed. Alright, we're going to cock it, give it a try. Now there was a lot less time between the click and the pow on that one. Let's go up there and take a look at the target, see how we did. Alright, there it is, the first shot with the flintlock pistol right there. Of course, I was aiming at the center. It's still a flintlock, even though it's a pistol, but and it did go a little bit faster than the Pyrodex did. But that wasn't too bad. It's a pretty easy gun to shoot. It didn't have much kick to it at all. So let's load it up again and give it another shot. Make sure it's all in there. Take your patch, put it over the end there, Take the ball, set it on there. You want to get it centered up the best you can. Give it a little start in there. Take the ball starter, push it down. Take the ramrod, push it all the way in. Make sure it's all the way down. Now, all we got to do is pull it back to the half-cock position. We'll get it over there in the range, get it primed up, give it a try. All right, to prime it, just open your frizzen up. You'll see the flash pan right there. Take your little charging tool there. You want to get enough powder in there for it to catch, and you want it to get close to the flash hole. You don't want to cover up the flash hole all the way though. That should be enough powder right in there. Close the frizzen. That keeps your powder in the frizzen, or in the flash pan, keeps it from falling out, and keeps it as dry as it can anyways. There's no real seal around it, but should keep it in there. Let's give it a shot. A little bit more of a delay that time, but it's still a lot quicker than Pyrodex, a lot better powder than Pyrodex. Not quite as safe. It's a little more risky with black powder. It is explosive, where Pyrodex is flammable. There is a difference in it. Let's go take a look at the second shot. Okay, shot number 2's on there, and that's not too terribly bad. Like I said, I'm not that far away from it, but it seems to be shooting a little bit low. Let's take a few steps back. Let's go back to the 10 yards or 30 feet and give it a try, see how that does. Make sure you put your powder in there before you put the projectile in there. It's kind of a bad situation if you don't. They can be removed with either a ball remover, or you can sometimes get some powder into the flash hole enough to get in there and get the charge out. Again, you want to avoid any kind of air gaps in between there. Let's reposition that a little bit. Now typically this would have been worn on a lanyard around the neck, so you've got it there ready to go, but just sticking it in my pocket. All right, this is 10 yards, 30 feet, maybe a little bit farther than that from the target. We'll give it a try, see how it does. All right, we had a failure to ignite the powder in there. We're going to hold it there for a second just to make sure. All right. Now that's where this little tool comes in handy. We'll get it back to the half-cock position. Get the pan cleaned out there a little bit. Hopefully there's nothing obstructing the flash hole there. And we'll get it charged up again, give it another try. You still want to keep it in a safe direction. Don't ever point at anything else, just in case. All right, second try from 10 yards. And second fail. I think we need to investigate. We'll try to get a little powder worked down in the flash hole there. All right, we'll give that a try. And there, we got it out of there. I don't know if it's maybe the humidity or when I tipped it to take the ball out and reposition it, if that caused a little problem with the powder moving around or something. But let's go up there and take a look at the shot from 10 yards away and see how that did. All right, my 10-yard shot was quite a bit lower, so it seems like it's pretty consistent at shooting low and to the right, just a hair. I could compensate for that a little bit. There are some marks on the side of the barrel there where somebody has bumped it over a little bit, or maybe when they assembled it and they put it in there, who knows. But like I said, it does not appear that this gun had ever been fired before, but it doesn't seem to do too bad. I think we'll take a couple more shots with it, just because it's a pretty fun gun. All right, I aimed a little higher, still shooting to the right, probably aimed a little too high, but it's a pretty fun little gun. Let's get it charged up again. And there we go. All right, guys, that was it. That was a look at the Dikar 45 caliber flintlock pistol, something that would have been used, I guess, by pirates. I mean, you watch the movies and stuff. This is their weapon of choice. And it's a pretty good weapon in close quarters because it's not going to be super accurate to a long distance. This is a rifled barrel on it. Probably back in those days a lot of them would have been smooth bore, but it also doubles as a club should you need it. And this is a pretty nice shooting gun. At 10 yards it didn't do too bad. You could definitely hit a nice sized target with it, even a pretty small target. I didn't take any 100-yard shots with it, but that's okay. It's kind of a novelty thing now. Maybe if you were some kind of reenactor or something, you might choose to get something like this. It is very inexpensive. Like I said, I picked this one up used at a Cabela's in their gun library for like 65 bucks. It had a cut flint on it and it wouldn't spark, so I put a regular napped flint in there, a natural flint, and got it working again. Took it apart, cleaned it up, inspected everything in it. It did not appear to have ever been shot before. And it's real humid today. I mean, I can see the residue on there is wet, but we're going to get this thing back in the shop and get it all cleaned up and everything and get it put away, and maybe bring it out when I you know, feel a little patriotic or pirate-iotic or something like that. Anyways, thanks for watching Small Caliber Arms Review. If you could, hit this button up here to subscribe, hit this one down here to check out some of my other videos, and thanks for watching Small Caliber Arms Review.